morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to Unity of Sun Lakes. It's so wonderful to see all of you today. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know I did. It's so wonderful to be around family like that and celebrate. I always think that Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday of the year because when you get past Thanksgiving and you get into the bustle of Christmas and everything that goes on, it just seems to be so much more stressful. But Thanksgiving to me just seems to be that day that you can just kind of relax and enjoy your family and your friends and just be before everything starts with Christmas. So I wanted to introduce over here Dennis Hubert. And he is the music director at Mesa Unity Church. And Jeanne has convinced him to come here and sing for us today. So Dennis.
It was easy. It didn't take much convincing. So here's a little song I wrote for Christmas, for last Christmas. Kathy Kellogg, Reverend Kathy Kellogg, helped me write it. So, co-writer. The season for caring is here. The reason for sharing is clear. We're blessed so abundantly. We bless souls accordingly in faith, trusting their sufficiency today. The spirit of joy is all around. Our hearts filled with peace and cheer abounds. We're all giving selflessly, helping with humility and grace. Compassion for the whole human race. Christmas is love, if it's anything. The gift of a child and the hope that it brings. The promise of a light for each day. Guidance to show us our way. The presence of God in our midst. Christmas is love. The spirit of joy is all around. We see what we really believe. Let's imagine something wonderful, envision something magical we share, creating our reality with care. Christmas is love, if it's anything. The gift of a child and the hope that it brings. The promise of a light for each day. Guidance to show us our way. The presence of God in our midst. Christmas is love. There are times when it's hard to be loving. There are times when we listen to fear. If we all can remember the season, this spirit will last through the year. Christmas is love, if it's anything. The gift of a child and the hope that it brings. The promise of a light for each day. Guidance to show us our way. Spirit of God in our midst. Christmas is love. The presence of God in our midst. Christmas is love.
Thank you so much, Dennis. That was beautiful. So, I wanted to look around this morning and I see no new faces, but I see one old one back there. Orland, it's so good to have you back with us. We're so happy to see you here. Thank you so much for coming. So we really would like to say to you, and maybe we can say it to each other today, our welcoming statement. We love you, we bless you, and we welcome you. So now it's all right. Everybody just take this time now to just begin to go inside and to just breathe in that love and that light that Dennis just spoke about in his wonderful song today. And as we do, and we start to begin this month of celebration leading up to the birth of Jesus Christ, we just need to take some time this morning to remind ourselves what that really means, what the birth of Jesus Christ meant to us. It meant the awareness of the Christ within us, that wonderful place that we can go to just know that we are a part of God and God is a part of us and God is in us, the Christ presence within us each and every moment of the day. And to think about that as we face maybe perhaps a little rush, a little thing with family and all the things that happen this time of year, the joy, the love, and sometimes not so much love. But we know in our hearts that it's always love as we go inside and we just touch and know that place inside of us so much. And we also know that if we look around us with that love in our hearts and the knowledge that every person we see also has that Christ within them. And so we come from that place of love and we spread it out from ourselves into the world. Just knowing that each one is that perfect expression of God as we are. And so it is. So now we'll have Vera reading the daily word.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hope and faith.
Can't hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Hope and faith.
There we go.
My belief in goodness of the world, others, myself, and God begins with hope. Maybe hope is all I can muster after a period of doubt or disappointment. As I feel hopeful, I begin to believe that new possibilities and better outcomes are available to me. My hopeful feelings lead to faith, a certainty that the goodness I could only sense before is the actual nature of life. With faith, I now direct my thoughts toward goodness, wholeness, and my heart's desires. With gratitude for my awakening, I use faith to dismantle doubt and limitation. I hold only the best thoughts for myself. I know and feel in the depths of my soul that the good I desired is already mine. With unwavering faith and deep gratitude, I claim it now. For God alone, my soul waits in silence, for my hope is from Him. Psalm 62:5.
Thank you, Vera. Now Dennis is going to help us this morning by leading us into meditation. Thank you, Dennis.
I go to the silence. I go silence. I go to the stillness. I go to the center of my soul. My soul. I go to that place of peace inside myself, where spirit dwells. I stay in the quiet. I breathe in the moment. I rest in the presence of my God within, my God within.
And now let's drop from our head down into our heart space. Taking a few deep breaths to get centered, to get grounded. As we take a journey within, only what belongs to God belongs to you. So be open to the mystery of our own nature. What we're trying to find is already here. It is right here, and it has always been right here. When we speak, we say I am. I am hot, I am cold. Where did you get this feeling, I am, from? Was it from your parents? Where did it come from? Your name you received from your parents, but no parent has ever named their child, I am. The child doesn't know what a name is. The child only feels warmth, comfort, and eventually they begin to develop. The consciousness is developing, and the first development is when the child becomes aware of itself in the form, I am. The I am is there before the words come. The I am is there as an awareness of yourself. If no one else exists, if one day everyone is gone, you would say, where did they go? You wouldn't say, where did I go? This I am witnessed the absence or the presence of others. The one who speaks, the one who listens, the one who lives, who dies, who thinks, I go, I come, I listen, I sleep, I'm awake, I. So the knowing capacity has to be aware of itself in the form of I am. Just I am. We also need a body to feel I am. As soon as the feeling I am comes, this body comes. Once it knows I am this body, all the knowledge can start to come. This is my mother. This is my father. Otherwise, the father has no meaning. The parents give birth to the child, but the child gives birth to the parents as well. Because until the child is born, you are not a father or a mother. The I am is a kind of intuitive knowingness. You may call it spirit. You may call it a sense of being. It is not an object, it is a sense. It is actually consciousness that is speaking like this. If the sense I am is not the body, and it is not other thoughts like I am a girl or a boy, or other concepts like I am a Muslim or a Christian. This is the building of concepts. And with the building of concepts or ideas, the I am embraces the concepts, and the identity is formed out of this. And every identity is unique. Every circumstance is unique. In the same way, your perception of the world is unique in the sense of how the world feels for you, how things taste for you. Some days you like something, some days you don't like that very same thing. Nobody can control this. Your body changes, your feelings change all the time. Things change. Your moods change. Your feelings change. Climate changes. Nothing is steady in this field. Everything depends upon your perception. Everything depends upon the way you perceive them. This is how important you are. You learn many things and you believe or disbelieve many things. But in the end, you are experiencing the world according to you, according to your conditioning, what you believe it is. We say I think, I want, I believe, I do, I accept, I don't accept. What is I? You might say, I am consciousness. And you may know that in your mind. But do you live this way in your heart? You can change your name, your beliefs, your country. You can change many things. But something fundamentally remains unchanged in you. And that is the great I am. Take a deep breath and see if you can feel that space, that sense of the great I am. And take another deep breath as you come back into the room.
Will you join me now in saying our Lord's Prayer? Heavenly Source, Thou Lord everywhere, hallowed be Thy name, for Thy generation. Thy kingdom come, Thy will be done, here, now, and forevermore. Fill us with the power of Thy mercy, and free us from the fetters with which we bind each other. Lead us out of temptation, free us from ourselves, and give us the strength to be at one with Thee. which our future actions grow. Amen. And now it's time for our lesson with Reverend Jeanne.
So nice to see this church filling up. Beautiful. What a beautiful community. So we're in the 4th week of our month of counting our blessings, being grateful for the good in our lives, thereby creating a vibrational match to experiencing even more of the same. This month, our theme statement is a wise Yiddish adage. This is the 4th Sunday, so I'm going to ask. And I warned you last week that I would be asking. So what is it? What is the wise Yiddish saying that we've been saying all month at the beginning of the lesson? Who knows it? Tom.
Oy vey.
Oy vey! Close. If we thank God for the good things. Yes! Yes, you win. You win a prize.
I listened.
Good. If we thanked God for the good things, there wouldn't be time to weep over the bad. Good job. Here's another statement that supports our month's theme. It's a line from a Jamie Lula song. He's a New Thought singer from, I think, California. I have so much more to be grateful than to be sorry for. We're spending the month of November being grateful rather than being sorry. Thankful for God. Thankful for our good rather than weeping over the bad. This month, we are counting our blessings. So far, we have counted our blessings in friendship, in health, and of abundance. So today, our focus of gratitude is on the blessings of community. I believe we are meant to be in community. The line from the old Simon and Garfunkel song, I am a rock, I am an island. That's not true in my book. We are social beings. By our nature, we crave the company and companionship of others. But more than just craving the company and companionship of others, we crave the company and companionship of those whom we resonate. Those with whom we share values and interests. People with whom we can be authentic and real. People with whom we can share our joys and our sorrows. We crave community, where our hopes and dreams will be empowered and our successes will be celebrated. And where we have the opportunity to support and empower others' hopes and dreams, to celebrate the success of others. As I describe all of that, doesn't your hearts just say, yes? That is the blessing called community, which we all crave. And why is that, you might ask? Well, lucky for you, I have a thought on that. We're probably all familiar with the Bible verse at Matthew chapter 18, verse 20. For wherever 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am there among them. That's the Lamsa translation. Gathered in my name means gathered in my nature. And what was Jesus' nature? It's love. So when we are gathered in community, in the nature of love, and isn't that what we just described, we have an opportunity to experience the great I am, the presence and the power of God. Of course, we know that God is everywhere all the time. There is no place that God is not. But when we are gathered in community, in love, we have an opportunity to consciously connect with the I am presence. To feel it and to experience it in and through and as us and as another. For those of us that went to the potluck this last weekend, oh my gosh, what an incredible experience of community, of love. That is what we yearn for, and that is what we crave. In his book, The Art of Being, author Dennis Merritt Jones wrote, "I believe there is something within each of us that is aching for authentic spiritual connection, to actually know what God's presence feels like. Spiritual community is where this happens. Why? Because it creates an environment where everyone feels commonly and equally embraced in the loving presence of God. It magnifies the experience. Each one actually becomes a reflector for the other, magnifying God's magnificence and love. And when we experience this type of community, it truly is a blessing and something for which we can be deeply, deeply thankful. Today, we count the blessings of being in this type of community, while supporting ways we can call forth the best from every community and be made up of family members, friends, co-workers, or here at our spiritual center. And I'm going to use our center as an example now and then throughout this talk, as I already have, because this is the community that I know. I want to use an analogy for our lesson this morning, which is from the book Chicken Soup for the Soul, Second Helping. On page 307, there's an excerpt titled, "Lessons We Can Learn from Geese." We're going to look at 4 lessons from geese as ways to support our experience in community, to call forth the great presence of the great I am presence. The lessons are found when geese fly south for the winter in the V formation. As I share these lessons, I invite you to think about the communities that you are in and how you show up in these communities. Now, not how other people should show up in these ways for you, but how are you showing up or not showing up in your communities? So lesson number 1. Science has discovered that as each bird flaps its wing in the V formation, it creates an uplift for the bird immediately following it. And by flying in a V formation, the whole flock adds at least 71% greater flying range than if each bird flew on its own. Do you hear that? They can fly 71% farther in the V formation than if they were flying individually. So our lesson we take from that is people who share a common direction and sense of community can get where they are going more quickly and easier easily because they are traveling on the thrust of one another. We are empowered by another's successes. Here's an example. Jane Norris's story of her 7-year-old daughter, Bailey, getting the swine flu. At the doctor's office, Bailey vomited all over Jane. And the doctor said, "Oh boy, you're gonna get it now." Jane said, "Thanks, but no thanks. I don't accept that." She took Bailey home, put her to bed, and affirmed her vibrant, radiant health until the little girl fell asleep. 2 days later, Bailey was up and about, playing, hungry, getting back to normal. And no one in her home got sick, not even Jane. What a powerful story of using our spiritual principles. Just hearing that uplifts all of us, doesn't it? It takes us farther than we could go on our own. Some time ago, I wrote out a picture of my ideal ministry. And part of that picture includes our experiences here together on Sunday mornings. Here's what I wrote about, and it speaks about this lesson. The energy in the room is electric. Every person who walks in feels at the depth the presence of God's love, light, and truth. Those who are hurting are immediately uplifted, even before anything officially happens. Those who are in good space already are empowered to grow and stretch beyond their comfort zones. Deepen into their spiritual truth of their being. Spread their wings and fly into their dreams. In addition, they consciously or unconsciously provide comfort and empowerment to others. The first lesson from geese tells us the power in this blessing, and we are grateful for it. Lesson 2. When the head goose gets tired, it rotates back in the wing, and another goose flies point. Maria flew point this morning in this community. I loved it. It was beautiful. Our lesson is it is sensible to take turns doing demanding jobs. Leadership guru Parker Palmer once wrote, "When we live in the close-knit ecosystem called community, everyone follows and everyone leads. Over time, a healthy community necessitates that we play many roles. Sometimes leader, sometimes follower, sometimes witness, sometimes bridge between parties. The health of the community is a shared responsibility." Earlier, I asked you to think about how you show up around these lessons in various communities. This is a really important one to think about. Are you balanced in your giving and receiving? Or are you the one who's always only giving? You know what that'll cause, don't you? If you're the one that's always only giving, severe burnout and resentment. Please don't do it. Don't be only giving. Here's an important spiritual lesson and a way to enhance your sacred work in building a blessed community. A genuine no is much more loving than a dishonest yes. On the other hand, are you always just taking? That will cause resentment in others. And ultimately unhappiness in you. Because we really are the most happy when we are being responsible. Lesson 3. Geese honk from behind to encourage those up front to keep up their speed. Our lesson is, do you honk words of encouragement and support to those in your community who are doing the work? Don't you just feel like honking right now? Do we encourage others in our communities with enthusiastic acknowledgement? Do we show them how we appreciate them and support them? I love the word enthusiasm. Do you know the meaning of the root? And from which it is derived? And theos, meaning God within. When we enthusiastically support another, we are doing a terrific job of expressing God. I want to take a moment to enthusiastically acknowledge and appreciate every one of you who make our community the blessed community that it is. So if you have ever given of your time and your talent to support this community, would you please raise your hand and keep it raised so that we can honk for you and acknowledge you? Maria, you offer your home to us all the time. Julia, keep your hand raised. Julia, with all the service that you give us every day of the week. We have Kay with music. Vera, your hand should be up musically. Barbara Kelly doing all sorts of jobs here. Betty, she's on the board doing a phenomenal job with Explorers. Jane with music, yes. Bruce, yes, musically. We have, I think every single one of your hands should be up. Yes, yeah, Tom. That's right. Provides service up here on Sundays. If your hand's not up, Mark, I mean, come on. All right, come on, let's give some honks to these people. Okay. So, I just realized I forgot to bring some paper in, and I was going to ask each and every one of you to participate in an opportunity to gift someone, acknowledge someone from this community each week. Julia, do we have any index cards?
No, but I'll find some paper.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so it would be fun. If you want to participate, you don't have to participate. But if you would legibly write your name and address on a blank piece of paper, and then we'll place it in a basket that is being passed after the offering. And before you leave today, if you will take if you put a name in, take a name out. And all we're asking is just to send them either in the mail, or you could bring it here on Sunday to me, and I can make sure it goes to the person, so you don't have to deal with mail. I hate going to the post office. I really do. Especially now, yeah.
I don't have anything that we can do.
We don't? Okay.
Well, wait a minute now.
Name tags, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
But, yeah, so I think it would be really fun, and then on December 26th, we'll do something special so that you can figure out who your secret pal was. And when you do give them something, you never sign it, so that they don't find out.
Cut them in half, so we're giving to that person.
Yeah, and it's something like, let's see.
Cut them in half or something like that.
Once a week for the next 4 weeks, you'll send your person something nice, words of encouragement, inspiration, a poem, a recommendation for a great book, maybe a really good recipe. You don't have to go out and buy anything. Although you can if you would like to. But just be a little bit creative. So here's something important. Don't sign it. Just sign it, your secret pal.
You need a pen? Pen?
Just think of someone is going to get your name and they're going to send you something nice every week right up until Christmas. I think that'll be fun.
Just the name only?
Name and address.
Name and address, just in case they want to mail something. And then be sure to be here on Sunday, December 26th, because we'll have a fun and exciting way to reveal our secret pals. The thing that I know will happen is that you will get more than you give. You'll be filled with joy by your actions, and you will have helped create an even more blessed community here at Unity Church of Sun Lakes. So during the offering, go ahead and put your card into we'll have a separate basket for that. And then have a great time honking words of encouragement. Lesson 4, finally, and this is important. When a goose gets sick or is wounded by maybe a gunshot and falls out of formation, 2 other geese fall out with that goose and follow it down to lend it a helping hand or protection. They stay with that fallen goose until it is able to fly again or it dies. Only then do they launch out on their own again or with another formation to catch up with their own group. The lesson is, if we have the sense of a goose, we will stand by each other like that. This is a trying time for a lot of people. This may be a trying time for you. So I'll wrap it up as in conclusion, lesson 1. People who share a common direction and sense of community can get where they are going more quickly and easily because they are traveling on the thrust of one another. Lesson number 2, it is sensible to take turns doing demanding jobs. Lesson number 3, do we honk words of encouragement and support to those in our community who are doing the work? And lesson number 4, if we have the sense of a goose, we will stand by each other in difficult times. I want to leave you with a poem written by Starhawk in her book, Dreaming the Dark, which beautifully describes the type of community that I'm referring to. She wrote, "Somewhere there are people to whom we can speak with passion without having the words catch in our throats. Somewhere, a circle of hands will open to receive us. Eyes will light up as we enter. Voices will celebrate with us whenever we come into our own power. Community means strength that joins our strength to do the work that needs to be done. Arms to hold us when we falter. A circle of healing, a circle of friends, someplace where we can be free. Now that is truly something to be thankful for. Namaste. Our affirmation, let's say that together. I am lovable and I am free. I belong here. And now we'll have Dennis sing another song.
so wide. Only one thing, no separation, no divide. There is only one thing, no sun, no earth, no sky, no sea. Only one thing, no us, no them, no you, no me. One thing that gets to be the wind in the trees. One thing that loves to be a galaxy and clearly enjoys being everyone and everything is one thing. There is only one thing, although it does appear to be everything and everywhere. What was and is and will be. One thing that gets to be the wind in the trees. One thing that loves to be a galaxy and clearly enjoys being everyone and everything is one thing. So even when we're feeling down and think we're all alone, we only have to look around to see we're all a part of the one thing that gets to be the wind in the trees. One thing that loves to be a galaxy and clearly enjoys being everyone and everything is one thing. Everything is one thing.
And now it is time for our offering. This is a time where we put God first in our lives, acknowledging that money is simply our energy. And we put it into the flow, and as we give, we do receive. It's a wonderful opportunity to put our money and our energy into the flow. And so some of us donate online, and we understand that. Those that would like to give an offering here today, let's all say our offering blessing together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. I am so blessed. Thank you, God. And now we will sing together.
I don't know where the donation things are, so we'll just put our money in here.
Okay.
Money. Thank you. This is from money. Money.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. grateful. I am so blessed. We give thanks for these many blessings of today. Let's say this together. We give thanks for these many blessings of today, and know they are but the symbol of the inexhaustible substance of the universe. I give thanks that 10 times this much is now on its way to me and quickly manifests in perfect ways. Thank you, God. And now Maria will do the announcements.
Want a box to go for?
Yes, please send the box around for your addresses.
Addresses. I know exactly what she was asking. Address thing?
All right, everyone. Our prayer partner today is Barbara Kelly. She's right over there, and she will meet you in the back if you require prayer after the service today. Our class on Emily Cady is going to be this Sunday after church. I took the first one. I recommend it if you haven't signed up. It's a wonderful thing to do. It's learning, what is it? It's a book from Emily Cady on Lessons in Truth, which are basically the fundamental teachings of our unity beliefs. So it's a wonderful class to take part in. I think there were 9 of us there at the last one, so it's a wonderful thing to reaffirm our beliefs and understand them better. So that will be next week. We have a sign-up sheet there for volunteers in the back. We need people to say the opening prayer, to read the daily word, and to even do meditation. So if anyone you feel so moved, there's also a place down there to bring flowers, which I don't know who brought them today, but they're pretty, and it's nice to have them in our services in the morning. So there are other things that we have. I know that our prayer group meets on what?
Wednesday.
Oh, there it is, okay. It's on Wednesday at 10 o'clock, so if you're a member of the prayer group, remember that. And the Reiki Share group is every Tuesday at 9:30. And there's also an opportunity that Reverend Jeanne set up for the volunteering at the Andre House, which is downtown Phoenix, Jeanne?
Yes.
And that's available on Sunday, December 12th. Our musicians next week will be Kay and Vera, so that will be fun to hear. And we also want to thank Julia and Mark today for taking part in doing all that they do for our services. And one more announcement, the Christmas party at my home on the 10th of December. And sign up for that, please. We'll start at 3 o'clock and go till 7. Reverend Jeanne has promised to bring her karaoke machine so we can sing Christmas carols, and we'll have just a great time, I know. We did it at the Thanksgiving party, and I know we'll have fun then. We have a lot of lights we'd like to keep in our yard, so it gets really pretty at Christmas time. So come and join me, and Kate as well, as we celebrate Christmas all together as a church on the 10th of December. So thank you. I think that's it. Dennis, will you... Wait, Julia?
We have sign-up sheets in the back for the Christmas party, the class next week, and to help out here in the community. And next week is Matthew's Crossing week, so thank you.
So now Dennis is going to sing us out with a final song today.
Wait. I'm sorry. Betty, did you have another announcement?
I just wanted to say, if you want to send a honk to Joseph Biden in the White House, I have a thank you card. It's not really anything about religion, but it fits right in with Jeannie's lesson. So it'll be back on the table if you want to sign.
Thank you. And Dennis's song is the prayer for protection. He wrote, this is his version, he wrote it. So we're not going to say the prayer for protection, so if you all would stand for our closing.
I'll sing it through once, and then you guys can join me on the second time through. It's going to be a repeat. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love. The power of God protects us. We are the power. light of God surrounds us. We are